Today, we're going to continue practicing adding and subtracting fractions, solving some word problems, and mixing algebra into it as part of our learning. So we are starting on page 54. Let me label. Page 54. I'm only going to solve a few. Let me solve A, C, and E, as examples are pretty straightforward and review of extensive fraction work we completed in 5th grade. So let's go. 1/3 and 1/5 together. Well, what is the LCM of 3 and 5? It is 15. 15. So what needs to be done to 1/3? Well, we need to multiply the numerator and denominator by 5. What needs to be done to 1/5? We need to triple the number of parts, and 5 15s and 3 15s together make 8 out of 15 equal parts. Example C, 3/4 and 3/5. Again, these two fractions do not have the common denominator. What is the common multiple, or what can be the common denominator of 4 and 5? I hope you agree that it is 20. So we're going to create equivalents out of 20 equal parts. 3/4 is the same as 15 20ths, and 3/5 is the same as 12 20ths. Together makes 17 out of 20. And that is not 17, 27 out of 20. Now we must demonstrate the simplest form. What is the simplest form? 27 out of 20 is 1 and 7/20. Next question E, 2/3 and 5/6. What is the LCM for 3 and 6? I hope you agree that it is simply 6. We can keep the second addend as is. 5/6 can stay the way it is, and 2/3 can be transformed into the equivalent fraction of 4 out of 6. The result is 9/6, which is the same as 1 and 3 out of 6, or 1.5, a mixed number. Let's jump down to number. So this was, we added a few. Let's jump down to the next example and do subtractions. Again, I'm only going to solve examples A and C. You may pause the video and give it a try for yourself. So 1/2 minus 2/5. I hope we agree that the LCM for 2 and 5 is 10. 7/10 minus 5/6. Again, we have a different denominators. The LCM for 10 and 6 is 30. Now that we found the common denominators, let's transform 1/2 into 5/10 and 2/5 into 4/10. 5/10 minus 4/10 is 1 out of 10. This is all review of 5th grade. Example 12C, C for Charlie. 7/10 is equivalent to 21 out of 30, and 5 out of 6 is equivalent to 25 out of 30. Write each answer in simplest form. What do we notice, friends? Let me double check my work. 7/10, 10 and 6 is 30. Therefore, times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. I got -4 out of 30. Interesting, which is the same as -2 out of 15. We do know how to operate on all real numbers, including positive, negatives, and 0. So I'm a bit surprised to see a negative, but nevertheless. Now, let's take a look at the problem at the page of 55, at the bottom of page 55. Gilbert used 3/4 liters of concentrated lemon syrup, 1/3 of water to make lemonade. So we have syrup and we have water. He used 3/4 of a liter of syrup and 1/3 of a liter of water. Find how much lemonade in terms of A. We've seen this language in our algebra subunit. In terms of A means create an expression that contains A. You will not get an exact answer. You will get an expression. So, step one, do our fractions have the same denominator? No. One is out of 4 equal parts, one is out of 3 equal parts. What is the LCM of 3 and 4? I hope we all agree that it is 12. Step 1, let's find an equivalent. 3/4 is the same as 9/12. Step 2, let's find an equivalent. 8/3 is the same as 4a over 12. Now, how did we get there? What we did, we multiplied, let me use a different color. We multiplied times 4 in the numerator and times 4 in the denominator. Here we multiplied times 3 in the numerator and times 3 in the denominator. And therefore, we got 9/12 plus 4a out of 12. Nothing's wrong with it. Step 3, let's add those two fractions. And because they have the same denominator, we can just add them into this beautiful expression. And it reads as 9 plus 4a over 12. Let's continue practicing algebraic expressions, meaning mathematical phrases or statements that do not contain equal sign. X over 2, or we can also say it's like 1/2 of x, plus 1 over 6. Well, what's the first step? We must bring two fractions, my friends. Do not worry that we have this variable in the numerator. Just treat it as any other number. Just keep it as a variable x. So x over 2 plus 1 over 6. Step 1. Do we have a common denominator for 2 and 6? Yes, and it is 6. Therefore, we need to triple the number of parts. And the equivalent is 3x over 6 plus 1 over 6. Do we have the common denominator now? Yes, we do. And the answer to this addition is the expression 3x plus 1 over 6. Just so. I hope you are not confused by the way it looks, because this is very normal looking expression, beautiful expression in algebra. Next number, find the missing algebraic expression. Again, we are working with algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions. Okay, so let's continue. Find the missing one. 1/2 plus y over 5 is how many tenths? Well, we do know that LCM of 2 and 5 equals to 10. Therefore, we need to bring our fractions to the common denominator of 10. What happens to 1/2? The equivalent is 5 out of 10. What happens to y over 5? It is 2y over 5, because we multiply times 2 on the top and on the bottom. We doubled the numerator, we doubled the denominator. And the sum is, of course, out of 10 equal parts, is 5 plus 2y. Just like that. Just like that. Part B. Now, what is the value of this expression when y equals to 1, or if y equals to 2? Well, let's compute. Let's use substitution. Let's go. We would need to, let me delete this because it becomes a little bit messy. Ooh. There we go. It looks a little bit messy, but we can figure this out. So we would rewrite the expression 5 plus 2 times 1 over 10. And the answer is 5 plus 2 over 10 equals 7 tenths. That's the answer to the above expression if y equals to 1. And if y equals to 2, 5 plus 2 times 2 over 10 equals 5 plus 4 over 10 equals 9 out of 10. That's the value of the expression when y equals to 2. I hope this helps. Now I'm going to solve problem number 15 and let you solve the rest of them on your own. Box A weighs 3 4/5 of a kilogram. Box B weighs 4.5 kilograms. Find the total weight. I hope you remember that in order to find the total weight, we add up the two fractions. In this case, we're working with mixed numbers. So let's go. 3 4/5 plus 4 1/2. Remember from 5th grade, step 1, we add up the wholes. That's the first step we would do. 7 wholes. Now let's add the fractional pieces. Now 5 and 2, the common denominator is 10. We still have 7 wholes. 4/5 is equivalent to 8 tenths and 1/2 is equivalent to 5 tenths. We get 7 and 13 out of 10, which is the same as 8 and 3 tenths of a kilo. All of these are review of our grade 5 Singapore math program. You may refer to the videos. They are in the description at the bottom of this video if you would like to work through more examples. I hope this helps.